Yep, okay. Right, now this seems to be working, so I'm going to keep going and draw ray diagram number 3, although this is going to be video number 4. I hope that's not too confusing. Now, we've placed an object outside 2F, we've placed an object at 2F. Can you see where we're going to go next? Yes, we're going to place the object in between 2F and F. Now, I'm going to put it here at an object distance from the center of the lens of 20 centimeters. 5, 10, 15, 20. That's here. I'm going to make it 2 centimeters tall as before, like so. And that's the object. Now, you should be able to predict where the image is going to be obtained. So, let's actually draw the rays and work it out. So, magic ray number 1, parallel to the principal axis, dives down through the focus, like that, the principal focus. It's a ray of light, give it an arrow. Magic ray number 2 comes from the head of the object, dives down through the center, undeviated, and carries on like that. Now, the two rays actually meet just here. So we just managed to fit it onto the page. It hasn't fallen off. The image is now huge. It's considerably magnified, and as you might have guessed, it's moved from 2F out to well beyond 2F. So when the object is in between 2F and F, the image is beyond 2F. So let's write that in. The image is beyond 2F. It's real. It's magnified. And it is inverted. Okay, so we get that. So now you've got 3 ray diagrams. I'm going to keep going and do number 4. Okay, so by the magic of videography, I've already prepared the axes. Now, you might think that we would move the object up and place it at F and see what happens there. But we're not going to do that. We're going to move it inside F so that the object is between the center of the lens and F. And I'm going to place it at a distance of 5, 10 centimeters from the lens. Now, there is the object. And let's draw the magic rays. So the parallel ray is refracted through the principal focus, like so. The second magic ray passes undeviated through the center, like so. Now, what you might notice here is that these two rays on the other side of the lens do not meet, and they're never going to meet because they are diverging. So therefore there is never going to be any real image formed. Do these two rays meet anywhere? Well, yes. If we extrapolate them backwards, these two rays are going to meet. So let's do that. Now, the ray of light does not actually pass through this along this way. It doesn't go backwards. So I'm going to represent it by a dotted line. And that's called a virtual ray because it's a path along which the light does not actually travel. Likewise, the second magic ray actually travels down here like this, so that's the real ray path. But if we extrapolate backwards, where it appears to come from, this is a virtual ray. Now, the rays do meet here at this point. So that suggests that there might be an image there. But what does that mean? Well, what it means is that if we viewed these two rays of light from this side of the lens, what we would see is that the two rays of light are coming along these paths, and they appear to come from this point back here. Okay? They don't actually come from that point, but they appear to. So therefore there is a virtual image at that point. Now, we can represent that by drawing this. Now that is your eye. So if you place your eye here and view these rays of light coming from the object, what you'll see is that they are apparently coming from this point here. So what we'll see is an image which appears to be on the same side of the object as, same side of the lens as the object, but it's bigger than the object. And this is a virtual image. Okay? If we place a screen here, we won't pick up this image because there are no rays of light to pick up. The only way we can perceive it is by viewing the rays of light that actually pass through the lens from the other side. And in that case, we see the image through the lens, but we can't obtain it on a screen. So, this is the image, and the image is, its position is on the same side of the lens as the object, and its nature is that it is virtual. It is formed by rays of light that do not pass through it. It cannot be obtained on a screen. It is magnified. It is bigger than the object. And unlike the other real images that we got, it is upright. It is the right way up. Now, in fact, this arrangement is a magnifying glass. When you look through a magnifying glass, you see an object that is in front of it, but the light that reaches your eye produces a magnified image. So you see the object through the glass as a magnified, upright image. Now, this ray diagram also explains why it was that in our experiment, when we pushed the object inside the focal length, really close to the lens, we couldn't find any image at all on the screen on the other side. And that's because there was no image to find. There was no real image, and therefore we couldn't find it. The image is virtual, and it's over here, and the only way that you could see it is by looking through the lens. So this arrangement here is, well, it's the arrangements that's used in the magnifying glass. Now, we now have 4 diagrams, or do we? I think we might have 5. Let's just have a look. Okay, so this is the final diagram, diagram 4. So I've now stuck the diagrams into the orange notebook, the lab notebook. So if I turn this around like so, you should be able to see that we have stuck in the handout introducing this and explaining about the magic rays and the process for drawing the diagram. And then on the next few pages, I've stuck them in sideways. Ray diagram 1, that's when the object is beyond 2f. Ray diagram 2, when the object is at 2f. Ray diagram 3, when the object is between 2f and f. And finally ray diagram 4, when the object is inside f and we get the virtual image. Okay, and that's the sequence of 4 ray diagrams. If you look in your textbook, you will see that this is all covered on page 112, and we have the diagrams on the following pages. They do 5 because they also do the one to see what happens when you place the object exactly at F. So you can have a look at that one. There's the other 2, and then we have the summarizing table, which we've already done and you should have in your notebook from Friday. Okay, so that's where we're at. In the next video, we need to look at the ray diagram for a diverging lens.